And hello everyone, I'm just going to double check everything's working correctly. It would appear to be. No problems with the OBS. Good! How are you all doing this evening? Hello Smaug, Jurassic Jules, Robert, Berenson as always, hello. Ryan of Chaos, Dinosaur King as well, and to all of you, hello. Hope your Fridays have been good. And yes, we are back on Jurassic World Evolution 2, and we're going to do something slightly different today. And before I get accused of stealing anything, Evo this week released a video where she built a park in a 4x4 square with all the requirements and stuff, decorated it pretty, very nice looking. In a similar fashion to the 6x6 park challenge that I originally came up ages and ages ago for her Discord, for Jurassic World Evolution 1. So, I thought, after seeing that video, and her challenging people who watch her videos to do something similar, I thought I would take up the mantle and try to build my own 4x4 little park. We're not going to try and get to 5 stars. That's not going to be the principal purpose of it. The principal purpose is to build a micro park that we can focus heavily on design and decoration and stuff. Now, the first thing we need to decide is where, biome-wise, we're going to build the park. Because I didn't want to decide on the biome before. So I'd like you guys to tell me, and in terms of biome, we've got tropical, the taiga biome, so that's Canada, or the desert, or the European. What do people think? The snow biome and Mediterranean biomes are definitely out. Not doing something on those. Californian. Berenson says tropical. Jurassic Jules says California. Does the Californian biome have snow? I can't remember. It does have snow. Okay, in that case then, we'll go for California. I'm going to leave this cohabitation, we're going to go all like. Yes, they can initiate fights. Dinosaur combat frequency is normal. That's off. Dinosaur danger to guests, off. This is all as is. Take calm weather, all biomes. Jurassic World. Right, let's get going. How has everyone's Friday been? Anyone been up to anything interesting? Huh. This is quite an interesting map position. Quite a weird, massive gully there. Do you know, they call this California, but it's not actually California. I know what map this is, because I recognize this river and lake. This is the Oregon map, which they've simply built the square map onto. Right, okay, so this is roughly centerline. So we're going to put in the perimeter wall, which, like I said, it has to be 4x4 in size. Four and 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. There is our square. Gonna surround it with plenty of trees just to give us a nice border. Wants to make a realistic zoo, turns off most settings that makes it realistic. This is not the realistic zoo, Dinosaur King. The realism park is being built on a completely different place. This is a standalone stream today. Please read the title. Right. Let's put in our bog standard ground texture. That's a very light color of... That's very light compared to what's actually detailed on the image there. Right. So there is our 4x4 square. Now, we do need some buildings in here. We obviously need an arrival point. We're going to need a hatchery. What are your connection plans, Fletcher? A tall or underground tunnel connection? Neither. We're going to need a hatchery of some description. I kind of quite like the Malta hatchery in terms of its like enclosure facing side. I just wish the other sides weren't so ugly. So I think we will go with the bias-in one. We're obviously going to need some amenities. We're only going to do one of each type, and we're going to keep them as small because I don't think we'll need anything too big. And I think that is generally the key thing. Something I do want to check. I want to see, actually, does a lagoon fit in here somewhere? It does, but it would take up about a quarter of the space. Oh, a hotel as well. We need a hotel. Hotel. Okay, so those are our key buildings that we need to fit in here somewhere. Fletcher could be cheating because he has mods in the fence mod. I don't actually have the fence mod, and I can show you. I can show you. Here's a piece of path. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's clearly 4 maximum path lengths long, and I don't actually have the fence mod. So, nice try. Okay, so the bias-in, we're going to put the bias-in hatchery in first because it's like the biggest... It's the biggest object. Oh, shoot. That's going to be an annoyance. I should have thought of that before. Hang on, I need to... For maximum ease of this build, we really do need it to be built on a snap angle. So I need to put down like a random building. So kind of like that. And then build out the fence from it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then get rid of that. There we go. Now I know for a fact that this is on a snap angle. I should have thought about that. There we go. See, this is all the stuff you don't see when I prepare for streams. Is all the preparation work that you have to do before you start a stream. The bits and bobs that nobody is interested in. Okay. Better. Right. So, hatchery. Now, if I remember from the video, Evo put hers in like a corner. One of the problems with the bias in hatchery is it's not really well suited to be hidden. What path color shall we do? Let's actually like stick to grey for the staff. That way round probably makes more sense, but that's going to result in the enclosure being that way facing, and I don't particularly want it to be. Maybe I should actually, before we place, let's think. I want to think about how I'm actually going to do this. So let's grab something to draw with. So the idea is I'm probably going to have like a lagoon in this corner, and I want to try and do the sides so it turns out to be like a give the sides straight lines so it fits in that gap. I'm going to have the entrance down here. And I think what I want the enclosure, I kind of want the enclosure to be sort of like here. But I want the guests to be able to bridge across the enclosure to get to probably the hotel and the amenities over there. But then it comes out exactly the same as Evos, really, doesn't it? I'm trying to think, is there a more interesting way of doing that? Maybe have the entrance in the middle? And then we could still have, like, the lagoon over here. And then we could still have the enclosure. We could have like the enclosure side over here, sort of encompassing it. Then that's kind of boring. Something I noticed about Evo's one is that hers was quite flat. There was not much elevation change. And I kind of want to put in some elevation change, which is really easy to do with a bridge across. Maybe we should start by placing the lagoon, since the lagoon is like basically the biggest object here. Now, where does stuff attach to? Does it attach to the... It attaches to where there is arrows. So if we do that, how much is going to piscivore feeder? No, I want fish feeder. Ah. If I keep these on, can I move this? No, I can't. That's very annoying. This is going to be a bit of a... I'm gonna have to keep fidgeting with it until it's... What if I get rid of that one? Get rid of this one. Okay. We're gonna have to have the flat edge against one side. We can't do two sides flat because of the way they've built the lagoon. So, which side do I want to be flat? Probably we'll go with this side here. Can be a little further over. Perfect. Nope, it's a little too far. A little too far over the edge there. You know what, if I do the back one as well, that gives us a space to put trees and stuff. We won't do a piscivore feeder there, we'll do some other decoration. Let's put in a fountain. Always like to have a fountain on the lagoons just to give it some movement. It's a smidge over. That's very annoying. I know that you folks are going to really grill me if it's not completely 100% within the boundary. There we go. Okay, so there's our lagoon. The lagoon is going to need a gallery, really, isn't it? Emergency shelters and restrooms, don't worry, I have seen you say that. I will add... emergency shelter and restroom. There we go. I'm going to need a viewing gallery for this. That seems like a good place. We'll put the viewing gallery there. Hatchery. The DFW hatchery is technically smaller. I feel like we need to build... Let's build one of each and see which one is actually, like, going to be the best one to use here. I think it's this one. The Jurassic World hatchery is a lot smaller by far. Jurassic Park hatchery, sorry. So let's use that one. Do you have the mod where the shark is swimming around the lagoon? No, I don't. I don't have that one. So, Jurassic Park hatchery. Now, do we put it there? Or do we put it there? If we put it this way round. Yeah, I'm going to put it this way around. So, let's put in... Let's put in the fence. Put this in. I'm also going to obey by my usual rules of realism. So we are going to make sure that there's path to every door and every entranceway into the building. Just because that's my own personal rule. Put some decoration stuff in there. Right. Now let's mark out where the enclosure is going to go. So if we make like an enclosure that's kind of like that. How much space do you think we'll need in this top corner? Maybe we should have the hotel down here and use this as the entrance. Let's do it that way round. Okay, hotel, small hotel. And we want to make sure the hotel can actually see something. So, let's put the hotel... not quite that close, because we are going to need space to build. So there. Okay. I think you should add. We'll think about species after, because I am in fact thinking we're going to need probably we're going to have to do. I would suggest probably primarily a herbivore build. We'll have to have our carnivore being the lagoon. You need at least 10 species. We're not trying to 5-star it. Evo, after all, has determined that's pretty much impossible. We're not doing this for star rating. We're doing it principally for design and decoration. Although that is going to mean I'm going to need there to be an actual connection between these buildings. The problem with the bridge mod is the bridge doesn't actually count as a path connection. So we are going to have to put in a connection. And as much as I could use the hyperloops, the problem with the hyperloops is that they take up so much space. Oh, you... I was literally... I was literally the delete tool in this game. I hate it. I hate it. Fucking thing. Honest to God. The path tool is so awkward sometimes. Oh, and this is somehow not correct. How is that not correct? I thought it put down where the arrows were. I wouldn't give for a top-down view when building. Bad boy, no profanity. I'm sorry, this is my channel, and if I want to swear, I bloody well will. Honestly, in this day and age, given the sorts of things that people in positions of authority and power say, in general, Like, I think swearing has become the least of civilization's problems. When you have to put up with people like flipping Donald Trump, who says the most amazing amounts of bullshit. Swearing shouldn't be considered profanity anymore. Telling lies and mistruths should be. Just a thought. And that's all the politics we're getting today. Right, we'll use the red tiles to denote where we're going to build seating areas as per normal. I want this seating area to be kind of curved, but something more than that would be nice. That'll do. And then we'll hook it up down here. Naturally, the path is going to be a pain. If there's one thing I hope they sort out for Jurassic World Evolution 3, it's the clipping of the path. Because it's fundamentally the most annoying thing. Right, how deep? How deep do we want this enclosure to go? Oh, let's think about the amenities. So, Yieldy gift shop. You always have a gift shop at the end of your park. People are going to come and buy gifts on the way out. So it makes sense to me that we put the gift shop at the end. Let's have it on this side. We're going to have a little bit of room either side. I want to be able to build outwards. No, straight lines, please, computer. Thank you. Slightly over, but that's more the path tool than me. It's not straight, is it? Right, well that'll do. There is our shop. You don't like the Planet Coaster pathing system, Smug? What's wrong with it? I have heard a lot of people say that they don't like it, but I've not heard anyone explain the reasons to why. That really wasn't straight. I'm gonna redo this part, this, because that was not straight, and I don't understand why not. The building was straight. a suspicion it's because of this. No, just give me a straight line. Thank you. Why would you do that? This is proving harder to build than I anticipated. Okay. That's a bit better. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I want a curve. I want a curve. Why aren't you giving me a curve? Can I move these ever so slightly? Apparently not. Just wanted something that was a proper curve. I don't understand why that's so difficult to do. I'm gonna have to do it with the small path, am I? This is this is primarily the major problem I have with the path tool in this game, is that the thicknesses of path don't interact very nicely. So you end up with very awkward looking sections. You know what I'm going to do, because we obviously we need to make sure that this side people can get to here. We're gonna go 1, 2, and that should now be equal to that. Yep. Gonna connect this up together there. Yeah, I don't mind that. I'm gonna make this a little thicker. Like that. I hope they make it so you don't need mods. So I actually have a fundamental problem with people who say that you need mods. It's something I've seen quite often in Evos channel, is people who kind of like to claim that the only way that you can make nice stuff is with mods. And I fundamentally do not believe that. Mods don't make good parks. As I am very fond of saying, mods only make good parks even better. That's simply a fact. You can have tons of mods, and you can still end up making something that looks like a crock of shit because you're a terrible park builder. Making a good park is more than just the mods you use. like how that turned out. I would quite like this to still use this red tile around the outside. Where is the edge of that? About there. There we go. Good. Right, well, what we'll do is we'll then wall off this area so that the bunker is kind of attached but not attached. And I want a kind of light curve. Yes. Ah, snapping, come on. I really hope they get rid of the snapping of the path in the next game. It's so frustrating. One and... probably screwed that up slightly. Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. I'm going to change the path color though. Wrong type of path. Yep. Now, somewhere here, we're going to need our actual path that people are walking on. And, of course, it's going to clip. That's doable. It's just sometimes people don't make good parks without mods because they're putting themselves down. Yeah, I suppose that's true. Again, seen quite a bit of that on Evos streams of like people who claim they can't make nice stuff, and it's like everyone can make nice stuff. It's just about, well, firstly, it's about practice. And secondly, it's about sticking to some simple rules. Okay. This is going to straight up join down here. And we'll put a... this is going to be enclosure. So we're going to want... What do you think? We need a gate of some sort. I'll figure that out in a minute. We are going to need a gate. We need restrooms and the other two amenities. So let's have... Let's kind of turn this into like a bit of a guest plaza. And of course, to make... Oh, I've done the wrong type. To make the most of the space, we will phase them into each other. So we are going to have that one up against the wall there. And we'll put the drinks behind it. We'll figure out colours and stuff when we're doing the decoration. And again, we'll use the pinkish colour path for about there. Yep, that works fine with me. We're going to double up the path on this side, keep the curve. Going to need to get rid of that little smidge of path. I swear, 90% of what a Jurassic World Evolution 2 builder does is struggle to get the path tool to do what they want. Why has this done that? Why has that done that really weird... No, straight line. Goodness gracious. All this just to put the flipping... Get the basics down, and then we need to decide on species. Should we connect that up down there? We'll leave that empty. I want to leave that empty. I want some trees or something around there. Let's make sure you're not going over. Hello, one chuffed frog. It's about the planters. Yeah, it is. We need to decide on the plant. Right, so what other buildings do we... Well, we need a restroom. The restroom is the last proper building we need to put in. almost think it makes sense to have that at the back here. Ooh. But I want to move you slightly. Okay. Now, I suppose before we do anything else, we need to decide on what aquatic is going to go in the park. So, let's just briefly save this. So this is the 4x4. And then let's go have a look for an aquatic. We'll also take some skin suggestions while we're here. Now remember, this aquatic has got to be reasonably good because it's got to get people in. Archelon I use way too much. I use Archelon way too much. It is also a single lagoon piece though, isn't it? So it's got to be... Moser I just think is a bit too big for a single lagoon. I mean, something like Dunkleosteus could work, but I have used Dunkleosteus before. Maybe Stixo, actually, with those Lux patterns. Also people saying Dunk. Stixo? I think Stixo, because Stixo has those Lux patterns, which I do think people kind of forget about this guy. Let's come up with a nice skin. I think that looks quite nice. And then obviously in the dark it'll... Oops. In the dark it'll have yellow. So yeah, I think we'll go with Gambia. Shall we do... Stixo. Gambia and Pap. So I think we could probably get 2 in there. So let's make a second one with... green. Let's do... I think Great Sandy Desert with the green looks quite good, actually. Amazon and Pello. True, that one does look quite good, but it's not green. I do take skin suggestions, Jurassic Jaws, but unlike other YouTubers, I also won't put something in that looks gross. I don't think the blue works very well with the yellow. I think the black looks far better. I think the green works quite well with the Amazon rainforest, rather than the blue. But the blue does also work quite nicely. I think we'll go with the green. So Amazon and Pulcrana. It looks like an overripe banana. I am a massive banana fan. I love banana milkshakes, bananas as they are. I make a damn good caramelized banana waffle dessert. So, bananas are all right in my book. Hello, Matthias. Crazy. Dane, did you literally just come into chat in order to do that? Dear me. Right, hello first, Styxosaurus. We're gonna do Gambia and Pap. No, we don't need to release via airlift. Amazon and Fulcrana. There we go. We'll do the decorating of the lagoon and stuff once we've got the major bits and bobs in. Because the next big thing is going to be this ground enclosure, which we're going to, like I say, try to have some terrain height difference in there. Are we all inside here? I can't see. Yes, we are. Okay. So, judging on how little land we've actually used up here, I think we can actually make the enclosure a bit bigger. So, let us put in... What should we start with? Let's do the height difference first. We'll do the height difference bit first. It's Dane, no maths. Kind of works, doesn't it? Just making sure there's enough land along the edges so we can put in the low walls and stuff that we'll be using. Now we are going to need to smooth some of this terrain, otherwise our poor dinosaurs are not going to be able to get out of the hatchery. That's the roughen button. There we go. And we are going to need to think about water. Okay. I am reasonably happy with that. Might even just take a smidge more land off of here.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is me.
Yes, that is Dane is in chat. Yes, and Dane does type very vigorously. He has a very loud keyboard. Right, bridge time. Obviously, probably going to want to put in the largest bridge here. And maybe see if we can curve it. Okay. Here's the plan. Try and create like a... It's going to be difficult, but we'll see if we can manage it. The fact the other bridge keeps disappearing, which is an issue with some of these mods. It's just based off the way that the game engine works, unfortunately. There's nothing that can be done about that. Can we hide... Oh, that would work. Okay. Let's get the angle right, and then we can figure out heights. It's not going to work like that. I'm not going to be able to create a curve with this. So, the bridge is going to have to be dead straight. That's frustrating. I hope you're all playing nice in the comments. Maybe we should just do like a bridge like this. It's like... Okay. One piece. And we're going to do 2, 3, and then 4. Yeah. Okay. How tall does this have to be? It's the other thing with this bridge mod. It's actually very difficult to sort of figure out how tall the bits need to be sometimes. What do you mean you need a part for the channel? We don't need any moderators at the moment. And we're not looking for any new members, so... Trust me, the channel doesn't make big money. Well, that's primarily because we don't put adverts on it. But even if we did, I doubt we would be making big money. I need to move this again. No, I need to move this bit. Where is the... Oh, for heaven's sake. Really? There we go. That's a bit annoying. It's just not quite long enough. How is that? Maybe we should do it the other way around. Put that there. Put that there. Grab that, kind of put that. That's gonna be... Probably should have built the bridge first before the enclosure. Thinking about it. We will adjust. We will adjust the plan. The problem I have with putting adverts on our content is that, as far as I'm concerned, people find ads more annoying than beneficial. And I don't think there's any way around the fact that people find adverts annoying. Okay, that looks alright. Well, I'm gonna have to obviously put some stones in under this bridge. So the way I see it, like, I'd rather not annoy people with adverts and have them actually watch the video, which is what I want them to do. I sometimes feel that fact has been missed by some YouTubers. In the, you know, the whole point of having a YouTube is that you want people to watch the video you make. It's not there just to make advert money. So often now, I'll be sat here watching a video by some YouTuber, and it will start off good, and then a few minutes later, it's, oh, and here's a message from the sponsor, and it ramps into a 5-minute long advert, essentially. And at that point, I just turn the video off. I'm like, I don't care about the random company that you're being sponsored by. And the other thing that really bugs me about all these adverts is a lot of them, they are never offering you anything that any logical, sane person might actually want to buy. It's all really random rubbish that has no meaning to people watching the video. Like, one thing I've noticed a lot lately is that World of Warships is been pushing for people to advertise their product, and I can guarantee that 90% of the YouTubers who have been advertising World of Warships have never actually played World of Warships for any prolonged period of time, because the stuff they say in the adverts is total rubbish. Like the ones that go on about the historical accuracy of World of Warships, when, like World of Tanks, a lot of the stuff in there is all fake, blueprinted stuff that was never built. Right, let's put our nice colours in. Lovely. Now we are going to put in a fence. Oh, why would you do that? Why would you do that, fence? Betrayed me. We are then going to put in one of those. Ah, the classic gate is going to be awkward, actually. Maybe just a normal gate would work better. Yeah, we'll use the classic Jurassic World Evolution 2 gate. Lovely. Okay, we are now completely connected. Fletcher, would I like tea? Yes, I would love a cup of tea, thank you.
No.
Are you alright over there?
No.
What did you do?
Yes.
Oh, your ankle just clicked.
Clicked and I rolled over on it.
Ah, I see.
Speciality?
Yes. No, normal
Normality.
tea.
Okay.
Normal tea, thank you. Yes. Right. Next is going to come the especially boring bit. As we spend the next 10 minutes lining all the paths. Beep, beep, beep. That path is going to need... Fletcher, birds that look like the red crane native in England. You're asking someone with very little twitching knowledge. I know we get cranes in England. Whether we get red cranes, I have no idea. What is this? This is a chocolate chip thing. Your Megalania has died. Is that because you didn't feed it? There are going to be some rough edges here, which I will have to think about tidying up somehow. I've just remembered, piece count doesn't matter with this park, does it? So normally, while I'm worrying about piece count, I'd never waste that many to do something like that. But we don't need to worry about it for this book. We tend to get more herons and stuff in this country than things like cranes. We get an awful lot of herons, actually. My mum had a pair of mandarin ducks that wintered in her pond once. This one, you are too tall. You need to go down a bit. Thank you. And this one, you are too low. You need to go up a bit. Thank you. You know, for extra nicety, it might be quite nice to see if we can expose some more of the... Might have been too much. Oh, thank you. Tea. Glorious. Ow, that's hot. Yes, I know tea is hot. Don't need to explain it to me. Okay. That kind of just spoils the path, so... We'll expose some. That's alright, actually. I quite like that. That looks fine. Right. So what do we put into the... into here? Just as a quick evaluation, I think sauropods are definitely out, unless it's anything short. Most hadrosaurs, I think we will be able to get under. Yep, more or less. Longer sauropods are okay. Yes, even Parasaurolophus. So really, the only thing that's out of possibility are big sauropods. Kentro and Wu Concavinator. Well, yeah, it's going to have to be herbivores. We've got our carnivores, the Styxo. Let's try and go for 3 species. I think we could probably do 3. Right, herbivore. Let's see if I can find something I don't use very often. Galley, Tarchia. Tarchia is a favourite of mine. I haven't used Tarchia in a while. Okay, Tarchia will be one. Let's come up with a nice colour pattern for him. That looks quite good. Okay, Tarchia, and we're going to have Gambia River Basin and Calcarana. Pentaceratops. I very rarely use Pentaceratops, so we'll definitely have Penta in here. Let's do... Let's do the orange crest, and let's go for... That looks quite good. Papu looks like a weather map. It really does. Actually, talking of that, that's basically what the weather radar looks over us at the moment here in the UK. We've got like multiple storm fronts coming in. Okay, so Pentaceratops with mangrove forest and rana. And one more, something to live alongside Tarchia and Pentaceratops. Corytho. I feel like we definitely need something that's on the smaller side. Hermalocephaly... someone did say Galley, actually. Let's do Galley. Actually, no. I use Galley too often. I very rarely use Archaeornithomimus. Let's use Archaeornithomimus. And let's do the green skin and let's do something. I think the orange looks better. Ooh, Pachycephalosaurus I don't use basically ever. So actually, let's use the Pachy. And let's do... One of the reasons I don't use the Pachycephalosaurus very much is I think it has some very bad skins. That actually looks really good though. I really like that. Without pattern color on, that looks great. This is something I have noticed about quite a lot of the species that have very bad skins, is that if you don't put a pattern on them, the skin actually looks perfectly good without it. I think that looks fine. Okay, and this is just going to be Amazon rainforest. You need the feather mods for the ornithomimids. The only problem I have with those feathered mods, Rob Earth, is the last time I checked, they were replacers. And
this is crap about the game is there's too few things already.
Well, no, this is going to be controversial, but as much as feathered dinosaurs are the go-to, I don't think it has to be done all of the time. It's not a replacement. Then I wonder why I didn't pick it. Let's feather mod Nexus JWT. Let's have a look. Oh well, according to feathered cosmetics. Oh, this one, yes. I think the reason I didn't pick it is I just thought it was... I don't know. I prefer the skins for Gally and Struthy as they are, to be honest. But yeah, maybe I'll have a look at it. Maybe. It's always difficult to tell with screenshots how something is going to look, because some people are quite bad at taking good screenshots for mods. Right. Let's get the dinosaurs in. So first is Tartia. And this is going to need Gambia River Basin and Calcarana. I kind of wanted more than one. Whoops. We're going to have two of these. Pendiceratops. Mangrove Forest and Rana. 5, I think, is a bit many. Let's go with 3. Personally, I don't use mods, but I will once Battle of the Builders is done. Hello, your average Sonic. I cannot play this game without mods. I have seen the Hadrosauromorphs cosmetic pack. I didn't like the choice of cosmetics. I thought the skins were bland and a bit too... They weren't vivid enough for me. I like my skins to be bright. In fact, you'll be seeing, I think, the next week's video, the mod spotlight video. I look at a mod with some very vivid skins in, which I think look really, really good. Pachycephalosaurus. And this is just Amazon rainforest with no pattern. And again, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Now, we definitely have to make sure that... I have forgotten to do something. We need to put the invisible fence in.
I was gonna say.
We need to make sure the dinosaurs don't attempt to go mountain climbing. Under the bridge. I don't think we're going to get this park finished in this stream, so this might be what we do on Sunday as well. Because I would quite like to get this sort of... Oh, you... utter... Let us turn snapping off, Frontier. Please, for God's sake, in the next game, let us turn snapping off.
Smaug, I'm not shouting. I'm just talking.
Yeah, that's just Dane's normal volume.
Fletcher's mic is just that sensitive.
Yes, I do have a very sensitive mic, which I can't really sort that issue out because it's just the way that the mic is. And we do share the computer room.
Yeah, we're like 6 feet away from Smog.
There we go.
I did say this earlier.
Yes, he is in the same room, Smug. We have our computers in the same room because it makes it easier to do the internet routing and stuff.
Also means that if we're on the computer, we're not like in 2 separate rooms.
Okay, just while I'm sorting out the environment, because obviously we need to think about decoration and stuff, I'm just going to put the dinosaurs onto Don't Starve temporarily. I thought everyone knew that was how the tricolor house was set up by these days.
It has been a topic of conversation quite a few times in your streams.
I know it is a bit unusual to have a YouTuber who doesn't have their own studio and stuff. Unfortunately, you know, we are limited in space here. And we're also limited in what we can do because obviously we are renting, so we can't, how do I change that? Oh, there we go. We can't put up, you know, like noise cancellation panels and stuff like that. So we are heavily limited of what we can do to sort of what I would say the traditional YouTuber stuff. We are still perhaps very amateurish. I think that gives us a certain je ne sais quoi. Je ne sais quoi. And yeah, I mean, we never came into YouTube wanting to do it professionally anyway, so.
There is also the initial thing on a separate streams. You have to have a third gaming streams.
Right. So, dinosaurs are in, or principally our main species are in. So we now need to think about decoration, really. And let's start with... I'm going to start with the amenities. I think people ignore decorating things like the amenities and that. So let's start, and we're going to try and make each one look slightly different. So this is the souvenir shop, so it doesn't have to have a thing on the roof. So I think let's go with let's go with the wooden beams. I think that's quite nice. We're going to go with trees. Trees, yep. Put the fossil sign. Now, coloration. Main color will do... I'll try and pick a color combination I haven't used before. Let's do... Let's do the... purple? Purple. Let's go with purple, actually. Okay, purple. And then the secondary we'll do as red. The customizable amenities is like one of the best features of this game, in my opinion. It added so much detail to park building. Lights will make blue. Okay, so there is our souvenir shop. Now these guys, we are going to have to switch both to panels. And then... yeah, I think that's okay. These ones are going to have the large entrances. And again, we're going to put them at an angle. The seating with plants. Let's go with the seating with awnings. Let's serve burgers. And we'll go with the triple trees, because that does kind of hide the... oops, back one. There we go. There we go. Right, colours for the barbecue, for the burger place. Should I try and make it look like McDonald's? Let's go red and yellow. The roof we'll do is green. Decorations, well, we don't have any, we'll just keep that as white. Lighting we'll have as blue. Hello, Samsara. How are they connected like that? Yes, it is technically a mod. So with free build, it allows you to clip. And something you can do with amenities is clip them into each other, so it looks like they're a singular block, which I actually think works quite nicely. Toys R Us vibes. Ah, Toys R Us. I miss Toys R Us. I used to buy so much Lego from them. Right, and then for the drink shop, let's go with a nice, vibrant green. With... yes, actually, we'll keep the white. We'll put the green on the roof as well. Decorations in white, lighting in blue. Nice. They look so silly when they try to run.
Leave the spike puppies alone.
The spike puppies. Now, I want to have a look and see if there's any sort of broader decorative elements that I can add into here. Let's have a look. See, something I do want to do is try to make it look like this is somehow connected to the lagoon. I'm sure in here somewhere I have like a pipe. that bit. Hmm.
Bury that in the wall quite far.
I can bury things in walls. The major problem is the length of the piece of concrete.
Your cliff is not tall enough, and your wall is not wide enough.
I can find a way. I can find a way around this. Here is the way. Oh yeah, but then it's gonna mess up the angling of the pipe.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? We'll just put the waterfall bit in. We'll stick another one in there. That's going to be slightly off center. That's what I want. Like that. And if we grab one of these, can we? That's a bugger. What? That's very strange. Chat has gone very weird.
It's just... You wouldn't understand it.
I wouldn't understand. Okay.
It's kind of like the way you might keep someone or then become more prone to violence.
Okay. In goes the rocks. If you have an awkward looking surface, rocks are your best friends to hide it. Okay, that's nice. I'm happy with that. Alright, what other decorative elements could we put in here somewhere? Because Evos looked so good. I'm not saying I want to try to make something superior to hers, but I would love to create something as good as. It's not a contest, but at the same time,
Isn't it literally a contest?
it is literally a contest. It's not a contest, but it is a contest. Okay, these fountains are. I'm looking for bigger elements than that. Ooh. No, that's just too big. That's just too big. I quite like these little things, actually. Could do something with those. There's like little... grab like another one and then like shrink it down a bit. Just have them as like little... I'm gonna hide the doors with bushes and stuff. Let's have them as like little almost Star Wars-esque Mos Eisley things. Get some rocks. Or it is always rocks.
Fletcher, say something funny quickly.
Say something funny.
Please. That's getting too real.
Chat is getting too real. I don't think today is a day where we can be funny, given that we have lost Dame Maggie Smith. Probably one of the greatest legends of acting in some time.
You know, there's also tropical storm.
Sorry?
Storm in America. I think that everyone in chat's talking about.
Oh right, yeah, the storm. Sorry, no offense, but like, it is hurricane season, right?
In some parts of the world, yes.
So it's not exactly a surprise. I have heard quite a few people have died though.
Yes.
Or at least 20. I don't know if 20... Given that we're British, I really am not very good with, like, determining what places like the USA who suffer from hurricanes... Like, what do you guys in America consider to be a bad hurricane in terms of, like, how many people it kills? I know that's a really weird question, but I'm like, do you guys look on, like, a report of, oh, 20 people have died in this hurricane as, oh, that's really bad? Or is that kind of, like, average?
From the looks of it, whenever something becomes life-threatening, has threatened lives, and does destroy buildings. There's 24 million people by par. 42.
Anyone dying is obviously bad, yes. That is obvious, yes. But what I mean is that obviously you're living in a country where you do suffer from hurricanes, so it can't... I'm wondering what is the sort of boundary between the average, like, hurricane and one that you guys consider to be, like, really serious.
He's trying to say in a very clumsy way.
Yeah, I'm probably saying it very clumsily, I apologize.
Is, what would you consider worse than your normal hurricane, or what is meant to be expected for where you live?
Yeah. Like, when is it considered more worse than usual? Serious is 3 people dying in one state. Right. More than 3 people dying in one state.
In your opinion.
I do want to do something with this. I would love to build like a monorail thing over it. I just don't think I can get it looking good.
I can tell you the average pressure
Mm-hmm.
for fatalities by flooding or something like that for years is 88 people
So 88 people is the average.
in the US yearly.
think that's going to look very good. Maybe we could do something with these. Okay, well, first thing I wanted to do actually was to surround this with trees. So I think let's go for like the biggest. Some of these are going to have to be moved slightly. Because I then want to go around and put in bush. Das Bush. Yeah, I didn't mean to come across as insensitive or anything. I was just curious as to whether people considered it like bad or not, because obviously for us like in Britain, like I think the last time anyone made a big deal on British news about a hurricane was probably Hurricane Katrina. That was like the last time that it was all over our news and stuff. Most years it gets a passing mention, that's about it.
The last major hurricane in the UK was actually Ophelia.
I meant not you've misunderstood what I said.
No, I meant the last one was the one that caused mass issues.
Yeah, I don't mean hurricane that affected the UK. Oh shit, it's 11 o'clock. I've just noticed the time. I got so distracted by planting down these trees that I haven't noticed the time. Your town almost got hit by a volcano, Smaug. What volcano was it? I'm curious. And yeah, I didn't realize we were at 11 o'clock. We didn't get as much done in 2 hours as I thought we would. So yeah, we'll continue with this build on Sunday, and we'll do some I'll have a think about what sort of decorative elements I'm going to put in here. Try and have a think about what we can do, and yeah, we'll hopefully finish it on Sunday. But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope it's been interesting for you guys, and yeah, take the 4x4 challenge yourself. It's actually quite difficult. Quite difficult. Yeah, well, One Chuff Frog, obviously I'll be moderating for Evo tomorrow, and Sunday is the next stream. So if you want to see the rest of this park, One Chuff Frog, catch us on Sunday. But yeah, until then, folks, You have a good night wherever you are. Stay safe, and good night, everyone.